All right, everyone. Thanks for watching this video. I've decided to do a voiceover. Here, I'm actually working with metal bronze. So here I made a cute little metal bronze earring, and I made that on my first class. This video is actually my second class. Here I forgot what the term is for this, like buffering or something. And when you buffer it, you kind of just like smooth it out. This is after the firing process. So it comes out of the kiln looking matte in that way. And this is also a way to kind of shine it up to see it as the pretty bronze that you know it to be. But everybody has their own technique and how they do it. There I am sanding it down, and you start with the more coarse sandpaper, and then you work your way down to the finer sandpaper. And that's what this is right here. This is the finer sandpaper. And I was going to file or sand on the more smoother part and leave the textured part alone. That way I don't have to worry so much about messing up the texture. And you know, it's so funny because I read about bronze clay in a book, and I didn't know that I would be working with it so soon. This is another way of doing some type of buffering. I don't know the names to all these things. Here's my second set of earrings. She hasn't fired them yet because I need to make the little part where the earring loop is going to be. And you know what? I just realized I needed to post a video or a picture that shows what the earrings look like when they're completely done and ready to be put on the ear. But yeah, this is me taking a piece of wet bronze and sticking it to the dried bronze, which just kind of just dried really quickly on top of like a mug warmer. And you can see here, I'm just basically pulling down that wet clay, and it's going to mold together as one unit, as we're going to see later. And I'm just speeding it up here for you so it don't be so long. But the name of the book, I'm trying to find the name of the book that I used. Oh yeah, this is steel. Okay, so she also makes steel clay. Okay, we getting into the clays. We're not just doing silver, not just bronze. Steel, baby. Steel it. So steel is another form of clay that I have never worked with before. And I see right here, I'm mixing it in. And you really want to do just a little bit at a time, just a little bit of water, and then you spritz and you go, because it can be really easy to overdo it. And so you really got to take your time with it. Oh, by the way, the name of the book is called Metal Clay for Jewelry Makers, The Complete Technique Guide by Sue Heiser. Dang. Even though I added too much water to that particular batch, the way that she dried is she just sat it on top of a heat warmer of some sort, and it solidifies over time. So it's not the end of the world. You can probably guess what this part is. This is me drilling the hole into what is going to be the part where I connect the piece that goes into the ear. A lot of the terminology I don't have down pat yet because I'm still very new to this. But I'm taking a little bit of clay, and I'm going to smooth out the cracks so that way it kind of dries more smoothly. So when I sand it, it doesn't show the cracks. When I did it, it kind of cracked at the tip, so I'm assuming we're doing the same technique. Okay. And here's some more steel where I'm going to be making a pendant. And this is a pendant that my instructor, Hadar, showed me from her own collection. And so she's going to show me as we make this video how to make it. And it's just such a beautiful piece. She layered steel and bronze. And I love it so much. I don't know what the name of this stone is because she had it in her collection of stones, but it was just a beautiful champagne color. The technique is very similar to regular metal clay. So you want to keep it from getting overly wet. You want to measure to make sure the size fits. And that's what we're doing here. One thing that's really interesting about the tools we use in metal clay is people have their own ways of incorporating different shapes and techniques and textures, which is actually kind of cool because a lot of these sculptures don't really have a name, but they create these beautiful shapes that ultimately come up with the most incredible designs. And for the final part of this video, we're going to be doing a lot of sanding because you want that area that's going to connect to the earring part that goes into your ear. It has to be really thin so that it kind of has some movement on it. And I'm going to just be sanding for the remaining bit of this video. This is a little bit of how it's going to look.